Hello, this is Andy from Altered Reality. This video is intended to give a quick explanation of what Sage is and an overview of its features. Sage is an animation state machine and blend graph system for Unity 3D, complete with a fully visual graph-based editor. It makes creating and tweaking robust animations for your Unity games fast and easy. The first thing I will show you is the Sage editor itself. To show the editor, you must create a new Sage library first by right-clicking on the folder in the project view and going to Create, Sage Library. A Sage library is the main object you create and interact with using Sage. It completely defines how a specific character will animate. However, it is important to note that you do not have to have a unique Sage library for every animated character. As long as characters all have common animation names, they can use the same Sage library. Once you have created your Sage library, you simply select it in the inspector window and then click Open in Sage Editor. This will then open the Sage editor in which you will set up how you want the animations for your character to be laid out. The first thing to note in the editor is the template animation, which is the animation component that will be used for potential animation names while editing the graph. Next are variables, which are any value that you want to be able to change to affect how the character animates. Anything from speed and direction to health and mana. You can define any variables that you want to control your animation. Then we have state machines, which define a set of animations or blend graphs and how the character moves between states. Examples of multiple state machines would be lower body and upper body as two distinct state machines in the Sage library. Other elements worth noting are the control box in the bottom left, which provide options to show and hide the sidebar, and then buttons to undo and redo previous editor actions. In the top part, there's the navigation bar, which shows what graph you are currently at, as well as allows you to go to parent graphs when you're looking at blend graphs. As well, it provides an option to reload the UI in case you run into any UI issues. And then there is the toolbox bar in the bottom, which has the buttons that will actually create new nodes. And lastly, we have the main graph editing interface. This is where you will be doing most of your work in Sage. The graph area has nodes which each fulfill a specific purpose. You can move nodes by left-clicking on the title and dragging. You can expand nodes and collapse them by clicking on the button in the upper right. And as well, you can delete nodes by clicking on the button in the upper left. Nodes can also be connected by creating links between ports. Ports are the white areas that show up to the left and to the right side of the nodes. To see the name of a port, simply hold your mouse cursor over it. To create links, left-click and drag from one port to another, and when you let go, that will go ahead and create a link. To destroy links, right-click on any port to destroy all links connected to it. In order to drag the graph view area around, simply right-click on an empty area and drag. In order to edit blend graphs, simply click on the Edit button in the blend graph nodes. Sage also comes with the Sage Testing GUI, which is a script that allows you to easily and quickly test your Sage libraries. As well, it allows you to visually debug your graphs in real time. For an example of how to set up the Sage Testing GUI, please refer to the Sage documentation or look at the example level that Sage ships with. I will also briefly demonstrate the testing GUI as well as the visual debugging. So when I'm launched in the example level here, you see over here to the left we have the Sage Testing GUI, which has all of the information in the Sage library exposed. So I can change the variables, change the state, and over here to the right I actually have the blend graph real-time updating, showing visually what's happening in the blend graph as I change the different variables. And that concludes the tutorial video. For more detailed information on the various features of Sage, please stay tuned for additional tutorials. Thank you for using Sage, and I hope you really enjoy using it. Feel free to let us know if you have any questions at all. Thank you for listening.